This is the final video walkthrough, I guess, for SGD virtual environments. I'm just gonna mess around with the map. So this is the actual toy chest. It's a little transparent when you're flying around like this, and you can see my pause menu over there. So there's a little blocks that we got from the asset store. You can see that I tried placing a hiding spot down there. The ball doesn't have a texture on it. I decided to just use the textures that came with the blocks because I was like, it looks pretty anyway, and I wanted the map to have a little bit more color. The doll just randomly disappeared, so it all looks very wooden, but I doesn't really matter. Like the lollipop, yeah, that's very wooden, but I wanted it to at least look like something colorful. The only assets that really applied well were on this little ring toss, a little teddy bear, the car. You can see I have an audio source on that one. The duck didn't apply well. The little beak isn't there at all. The doll keeps appearing and its texture, I guess, applied backwards. I added a block texture onto the bottle. It looks well enough. No, it's like one of those bottles with where the milk disappears. The robot, the enemy AI is like chilling up here. It's supposed to be like the enemy prefab or whatever. Hide that stuff. Now, when it comes to actually running the game, it doesn't do as intended, unfortunately. I keep getting a ton of these errors. And I'm not sure how to, like, there's 999 plus errors that appear. And I'll clear it just to show it just going wrong. Audio should be playing on Awake, by the way. This is me walking around with footsteps. That's running, and then when I bump into the car is supposed to roll forward, but I didn't have time to code that, unfortunately. And I also don't see how I'm supposed to interact with this, so I can't hide. And the enemy AI doesn't work anyway, from my attempts to fix it, so there's that. So much went wrong with this, but I think it's fine. I learned a lot. And then we're gonna bump into the robot. Oh, I can't fit there because of that. I can fit through here though, yeah. This over here is supposed to be a teleporter to get on top of the telephone, but that doesn't work. Me running over a sock. Oh, I can't even run over it. Jelly beans. Alright, I'm gonna go over the... Oh wait, hold on. The pause menu, yes. I'm very proud of this, even though it doesn't really do everything that I want it to. Most of the stuff isn't coded except for the resume option. And now I'm going to go through the actual files. So enemy AI, footsteps, the controller for movement, input manager, main menu, pause menu, teleport, timer countdown, and the trigger SFX. The code that I didn't do that was done by Thomas was the enemy AI, the main menu. I think that's it out of these. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go through it. Footsteps. This is just the actual audio for when you walk around, so for sprinting and stuff. So this isn't an actual movement, that's the FPS controller. That's how you walk and stuff. This is just the sounds for it. I'm gonna move this over. Okay. This is how you actually walk. You can't jump for some reason, so I probably should have gotten rid of that. There is this stuff. You basic walking around. I followed a video for this, so Walk speed is 6, float, run speed's 12, gravity's 10. Enemy AI, hi. I didn't code this, Thomas did, so this is, I guess, how the enemy is supposed to look for you. And I'm assuming this is where the code for hiding is also located. Yes, this is how it detects you and stuff. The teleporter, where you're supposed to walk over the little platform and it takes you to the one on top of the xylophone. That's supposed to be here, but it doesn't work. Oh, oh, Unity. This is the trigger for the audio for when you get close to an object and it's like an invisible trigger that you, I guess, brush up against, and that's what plays the sound. Timer countdown also doesn't work, unfortunately. But I have it all coded. Input manager. This is for the main menu because I couldn't get the main menu to work normally, so I added it so that you can interact with it with your keyboard instead of your mouse because it wanted to be stubborn and not work with my mouse. And this is the actual pause menu code to get it pulled up and stuff. I was having an issue with actually getting the pause menu to show up in the first place, so I had to, where is it? Is it void start? Game is paused false. Yes, this is what prevented it from. No, my issue with the pause menu was it was the first thing that appeared for some reason, so I had to make sure that it was like, yeah, the game isn't paused on awake. But that is what we have done. I guess I can show off the assets as well that were made. There were so many files being sent that it's a little disorganized, but yeah, it's all here. I just downloaded it all and then uploaded it onto the Unity file. But this is pretty much the project that we have. It was fun to work on.